morning, everyone. This is our session 20 of our Paint with Me or Paint with George and Ray. And after 3 weeks, we are having our online free painting workshop. And this is already our 20th session of Paint with George and Ray. So before anything else, I'd like to greet everyone there, our friends in the Philippines and some in other Asian countries, especially Singapore and Thailand, and of course in the Middle East in Saudi Arabia. Our friends there are also watching, and of course our friends here in Canada. It's a Saturday evening here in Canada or North America. So anyway, to our friends, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. And to our friends here in Canada, it's a wonderful cold Saturday evening. So anyway, this is our Paint with George and Ray acrylic painting session. So today we are going to paint, because it's still officially autumn here or fall. Okay, some of our friends requested that they also do this fall in the forest. Okay, so for today, please fall in love with me, and we're going to do this painting of the autumn in the forest with the fall. Okay, so I hope you're going to enjoy this one, and I'm sure you are going to be able to finish this in just 1 hour. Okay, so for our new friends out there trying this for the first time, our technique here is just watching me paint. Okay, and then I'll give you some time to paint that part. Okay, for example, we're doing the sky. I'm going to do the sky, and then you'll do the sky. I do the trees, and then you do the trees. I do the flowers, and you do the flowers. Okay, so that's why we call it paint with me. Okay, so in Filipino, in Tagalog, it's called sabayan nyo ako sa pagpinta. Okay, gayahin nyo lang ako. Okay, so it's going to be easy, it's going to be fun, and I'm sure after this you are going to have your own painting. So I hope that after our painting session you will be able to post your own painting. Okay, so simulan na natin. Before anything else, okay, we are going to use colors green, a lot of shades of color green and yellow, and of course a little red for the flowers there, and some sunlight, white, and a little bit of yellow. Okay, so anyway, we will be doing this step by step. Okay, so just go to check our audio if we're doing fine, and then we'll proceed with our session 20. Back. Okay, we're good. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we'll just bring it a little closer. Okay, so you will be able to see what we're trying to paint here, and then I'll give you a little or some time to do your own strokes as well. Okay, so we are going to do a sketch. Okay, we don't use pencils for sketch here. We actually use the same paint that you're going to use. Okay, so it would be easier for you to see the sketches with my brush strokes, okay, instead of the pencil. Okay, so we are using acrylic, and as you well know, our acrylic is water-based. So you use a little bit of water to mix with your paint. Okay, so we are going to do the sketch first. Okay, so this is your water line. Okay, and then this would be your falls. And okay, we're just doing some sketches here. This is going to be where you're going to do um, some layers of your uh, flowers and the grass here. Okay, so this is just your outline. Okay, and then this one is already your sky. Okay, this is the background, which is the sky, and we're going to do some sunlight coming out or going through the forest as well. Okay, so you have to leave this one very white. Okay, very white. Okay, so that this part would be the brightest part of your painting. And of course, this one is your foliage or the trees, tree covers, trees also as well. And then I'll teach you how to make your waterfalls. Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll start first. Okay, we use in painting we usually use the we usually paint the background first. Okay, so background means whatever is at my back. Okay, so this one is background. Me is your foreground. Okay, so we do the background first, and in this instance the background is the sky. All right, okay, so the background is basically very light. Okay, very light of a little bit of yellow. Okay, yellow and green. Okay, so like I said, this is supposed to be white, this part. Okay, and this one should be a little bit of white and green. Okay, and a little bit of yellow. Okay, so I'm just trying to cover this one, and this one would be a little bit shade of some green. Okay, and just try to mix your white over green. Let it blend. Okay, let it blend without touching this part here. That's supposed to be your source of light. Okay, so now that you have established this as your source of light, we can now cover this one with underpaint. Okay, underpaint meaning you can put a lot of shades of green and dark green and yellow green on this side and this side. Now when we say underpaint, there are no details. So for this instance, this part here, you are going to use a big brush. Okay, and there are no details. You just have to splatter your shades of green on this side and this side. Okay, so if you're getting a little confused, you just have to look at the painting here. All right, okay, so like I said, it's a shade of green, different shades of green. Okay, so you just match here and there. Okay, just playing. You can even close your eyes if you like. Okay, so some white. Okay, remember, protect this part here. Okay, shades of green, shades of green there, and some yellow. Okay, so when you're looking at it, like, it doesn't even make sense. Okay, but your doing underpainting, meaning that's the first layer of your colors. Okay? Okay. Now, if you're comfortable with your colors there, okay, all you have to do is blend them all together. Okay, you can brush it slowly, or you can just dab on it until they blend together. Okay, so now I am trying to blend them all together. You can also do some strokes, but it would be better if you do some dabbing. Okay, dabbing is doing it this way, so it shows a little bit of texture, a little roughness of the leaves there. Okay, remember that these are leaves from afar. Okay, so as you go to this part here, like I said, this is supposed to be the lightest part. This is, you should dab on it carefully. Make sure that it's only very light. Okay, okay, like I said, this is not the actual leaves yet. This is underpainting. There are no details. Okay, so just try to blend them all together. Okay, do not be conscious of the colors there. Do not overpaint, meaning don't go back and brush over it. Okay, all over again. Okay, okay, so now I'm protecting my white there. This bright area here, just put some white over there and let it blend again. Okay, so this part is very, very light. Okay, and that's my other painting. Okay, alright, now as you can see that we have outlines here, just leave this very white there. Okay, let it dry. Okay, let it dry. Now this part here, this is supposed to be a rows of shrubs or plants from far, so it's still very light. Okay, and you can also go to that part already. Okay, just very light. Okay, now the technique in acrylic painting is, if this is wet, this part here is wet, try to work on the other parts of the painting or the canvas. Okay, alright, so we go to this part here. Okay, this one is another layer of underpainting, but this time you have to make it a little bit dark. Okay, so it's dark green, green, and another shade of green, as long as this is a little darker than this one. Okay, so we make some green here with a little bit of black. Okay, with a big brush. Okay, just cover it there. Okay, so there are shades of dark green. Okay, there's even shades of black there, and just put another shade of plain green there. Okay, so there are different shades of green. Okay, okay, don't worry about the colors coming out there. Okay, so that it would show a little bit of that texture there. Okay, so we have another shade here. shades of green. Let's try to put another shade of green here. Just cover this one, okay? Just cover it with different shades of green. Never mind if you see some strokes there, because like I said, it's what we call the underpainting. Okay, up there. Okay, now you have your underpaint of the side of the waterfalls here and the foliage from above. Okay, now next is your underpainting of your water. Okay, so the water here, which I made earlier, is made of blue, dark blue actually. Okay, so all you have to do is get your blue and a little bit of black, so it becomes darker shade of blue. Okay, now this one here, okay, from under the waterfalls, it's supposed to be the part where the water meets the lake or the river. Okay, so this one should be lighter. Okay, so make an oblong there. Okay, and the rest you cover it with blue. Okay, so like the green there, they are also your underpainting. Okay, so just cover it with black and shades of blue, giving some white area there. Okay, and then we will try to work on that later on when it's dry. Okay, so if you don't like your shade of color, all you have to do is let it dry and then cover another color that you like. Okay, so that's what's nice about acrylic, because you can cover it with another color if you like. Okay, okay, there you go. Now we have our underpainting already. Okay, dali, di ba? Okay, I'll just check some messages. Okay, do your underpaints. Okay, so we now have our underpaints of our forest here and this mountain, and of course our river over here. Okay, okay, so it's a little bit um, wet yet, so all you have to do is blow dry it. Before we can go to the Okay, so this part now is very dry. Okay, now we can work on the next layer, which is the trees. Okay, so the trunks or the trees are supposed to be a little bit lighter. Okay, light, not too dark, just light. Okay, just shades of green over there. Okay, so this time you're going to use a smaller size of brush, okay, for the trunks, and that's only going to be some shades of green. Okay, okay, just shades of green. Okay, so they're very light. And you can also start doing those branches. Okay, take note, they're just very light. Okay, make some different sizes, some thin, some maybe a little thicker. Okay, so different shades. Okay, there you go. Okay, make some okay, so now you have some different shades of your trees on that side there. Okay, now again, you have to make sure that they are dry, because now we are going to do some effect. Okay, effect of the sunlight. Okay, we are going to do some sun rays. Okay, so before you can do that, make sure that you are going to, okay, and then now you have to prepare a maybe a medium size brush like this. Okay, very dry, not too wet. Okay, use the white but not too wet. Okay, so you only have to use the tip of the brush. Okay, because we are going to do some rays of the sun here. Okay, now like I said, this is your source of your sun, and then from here you only have to bring it down until it loses its paint. Okay, bring it down until it hits the grass over there. Okay, so you'll see that the shade of the tree loses. Okay, they lose behind the rays of the sun there. Okay, there you go. Okay, okay, so now you have your rays of the sun. You can add more if you like. Okay, there you go. Not too much, because it's going to have a solid white line over there, so they wouldn't look like sun rays anymore. Okay, so now you have your sun rays. Okay, so while having this dry, we can now put the first layer of our waterfalls here. Okay, the waterfalls, the underpaint should be at least a little bit dark blue or a little bit of gray, okay, over here. Okay, so let's try shades of blue. Okay, so all you have to do is cover this one with blue. Okay, not too dark. Not too dark and not too light. Okay, so just cover this one with blue. Okay, and this one with shades of blue as well, but try to leave some white in the middle there. Okay, okay, so I'm already having a little bit of shade of light blue on this side here. Okay, so if you're now satisfied with your shade of blue there, let it dry. Okay, and now we are going to work on this part as well. Okay, now we'll do the second layer of our leaves here. So it's going to be another shade of dark green. Okay, so like I said, it's different shades of green again. Okay, green, and this time with black or some dark green. Okay, so all you have to do is dab on it so they would look like leaves from afar. Okay, just the tip of your brush and let it spread. Okay, don't cover it very well. Okay, let it spread, the dark green and the regular green. And also you can now start mixing it with yellow green. Okay, so this is my yellow green. So you would have different shades of green there. Okay, I also have some yellow there. Let it blend. Okay, continue to tap on it so it would have some texture. Okay. Okay, another shade of dark green. Let's put some dark green there. Okay, so this part should be at least very dark because this part is the brightest part. So this one should be a little bit lighter or brighter than this one here. So I'm putting some black here. Okay, a little bit of black there. And some regular green. Okay. Continue dabbing so they should show some texture. Okay. And as well, you can also start doing some dabbing here on this side. The same thing that you did with this one. Okay, so this is your second layer of your underpainting, and then after this we are going to do with the details already. Okay. If you don't like your shade of green, all you have to do is let it dry and then take another shade of the shade that you like. Okay, take the green that you like and then paint all over again. Okay, so I can now paint over this side because we already made the sun rays. Okay, do not totally cover it. Okay, and there you go. Okay. Okay, we can also try to add a little bit of yellow on this part, okay, so that there will be different shades of colors of yellow and orange and red, because as we said, we are doing some autumn or fall theme paintings. Okay, so we are going to put a little bit of those yellow, okay, on this side here, just those shades of green. Okay, shades of yellow. Don't let it blend, just dab it over there, and some here. Okay, so you have some yellow over that side already. Okay, so while we are trying to work on this one, we can now start working on this part of the falls. Okay, so this time you are going to use a little bit a smaller brush. Okay, now here's the technique when you do some shades over here. Okay, we are going to do some highlights. Okay, so look at the shades here. Okay, there are some contours or slopes here. That is what you're going to follow. Okay, so all you have to do is take a lighter shade of this green here. So for this one we have, okay, so let's mix a little bit of green and yellow. Okay, so all you have to do is dab on this side. Okay, let's add more. Okay, so I'm just using the tip of the brush here and just dab on this side. Okay, so this is just the first layer. Okay, you have to be patient with this one. Okay, so just follow the contours of the slope here. Okay, let's do some shades here as well. Okay, so as you can see, there's some sort of highlights. Okay, highlights coming from this side. Okay. Okay, so we can do the same thing here. Okay. So it shows that there are some plants over here sloping down. And you can also start making some um, plants over here, the straight ones, not sloping. Okay, scatter them around. Okay, so if you're looking from there, okay, they now start to look like plants on this side. Okay. Okay. So let it dry again. And then we're going to do another shade of yellow. Okay, but this time use a smaller brush. Okay. Okay, so you're going to put another layer of um, color over the second one there, just above it. Okay, just a little above it. Okay, make it rough. Say, so they would look like plants from afar. Okay, especially the one hit by the sun rays, that's where you put your lighter colors. Okay, it would be nice if you put just white over there. Okay, just carefully tap on it. Okay, and this one here is being hit by the sun rays. Okay, so if you're watching this, okay, when you look at it, you are already looking at the highlights of some plants by the falls. Okay, and the same here. All you have to do is dab a little white just above the plants there. Okay, so you're now starting to do the details of your mountainside. Okay, now to make it more interesting, okay, we can now start adding some color red. Okay, so it shows that there are some flowers or flowery plants on this side of the mountain as well. So you need to have those red. And just dab all over them again. Okay, just the top. Okay, so this side of the mountain is not so boring anymore. Okay, there's your red. can also make some shades of orange and yellow orange just to make it interesting also. Okay, shades of yellow or orange, scatter them beside the red so your mountain is not so boring anymore. Okay. Okay, for this side, let's just do some orange. Some orange here. Okay. After this session, you can also try to add more flowers here if you like. Okay. Just work on it. Do not be afraid to improve your painting. Okay. So there are no measurements, there are no specific instructions to follow. Whatever your imagination can do for you, just do it. Okay. Do not be afraid. There are no mistakes. And some shades again of yellow. Okay. Okay. So there's your mountain side. Now let's go back to this part here. Okay. So this one is trying to do some the leaves that are turning to red and orange and yellow. Okay. So let's start first with some orange. Okay, so all you have to do is try to smudge it with different shades. Okay, a little bigger, okay, than the brush that you used here. Okay, so we are going to do some orange first. Okay, and just try to smudge over them. Okay, if possible. Okay, try to do it with solid without mixing with water, so they become more solid. Okay, when you do your leaves, okay, try to apply them in different directions and just dab all over them. Okay, spread them. Okay, so these are your orange from behind. Okay, so if you notice, I'm turning the brush in different directions and just dabbing it there. Okay, so let's just fill this up with some orange. And also here. Okay, and also let's try to spread them around here as well. Okay, so after the orange here, let's also try to use some shades of yellow. Okay, just overlap on them. Okay, we just have a problem with yellow. If you'll notice, if you're using some yellow on your canvas, it doesn't come out as very solid. That's because of the pigment, okay, of the yellow. So all you have to do is mix a little bit of white or a little bit of red to make it more solid. Okay, so we scatter our yellow as well. Okay, do not cover all the orange. Leave some orange there. Okay, so we are already starting to do different colors of leaves. Okay. There. Okay. And let's also do some yellow on the side. And just let it dry. Okay, we are just going to concentrate on the red leaves. Okay. Okay, so let that dry and we'll work on our waterfalls. Okay, waterfalls is very easy. Okay, if you look at the painting, it looks very hard, but when you know the technique, it's going to be very easy. Okay, so here's the technique. Okay, actually, what we use here is a fan brush. Okay, when we use this one, we use the fan brush. But if you don't have the fan brush, okay, you can just use any brush, but you have to use it very dry. Okay. Okay, just the tip of the brush. Okay, just the tip of the brush. Okay, get some white. Okay, solid white. Okay, so you have to watch this very well. Okay, so there are 3 layers, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. Okay, so from this one, from that line there, okay, remember when we did the sun rays, that's how you do it also with the waterfalls. Okay, so from the top, okay, from the top, just go down until it loses the paint. Okay, do not brush all over it, do not go back and down, because that's going to make it very solid, and you don't have it won't show the flow of the water anymore. Okay, so just do that all throughout. Okay. Until it reaches this part here. Okay, so let some strokes of the white come out there. Okay, and then the second layer here, same thing. Okay, and the first layer there, same thing. Okay, so there you have your waterfalls. Okay, so that's how you do your water waterfalls. Okay, the strokes of the brush should come out there. Never paint it very solid, okay, because it wouldn't show the flow of the water coming down. Okay, and then the side here, let's make it solid white. And then as we go far, okay, just do some brush strokes. Okay, and with a smaller brush, okay, try to do some short dashes of white on the side. Okay, okay, so we are spreading some shades of white and blue on the side. So now you don't have that oblong there anymore. Okay, now there's the bottom of the waterfalls. Okay, so now you have a flowing waterfalls and then the river over here. Okay, so now we're going to do the final part, which is the red lips, which is already easy to do. Okay, so before we do the details of the red, okay, just try to put some shades of leaves, bigger leaves first. Okay, just shades of red first, and then we'll do some details of red later on. Okay, you can cover the sun rays there, meaning the sun rays is behind the leaves already. Okay, shades of red. And we would also do some red here. Okay, so this is what we call the underpainting of the red first, before we do the detailed red lips. Okay, so it came out as already pink or light red. That's okay. Looks good. The pink color there. Okay, so when you do your painting like this, just try to play around. Do not be afraid. Okay, so now you have your underpaint of red there. Now you are going to use a smaller brush. Okay, and now you have to do those red more carefully. Okay, so just dab on them very carefully. Small leaves. Okay, I'll bring it closer. Okay, so just dab on them like leaves, gently, so they look like more detailed leaves. Okay. Okay. So just smaller leaves, and you can paint also with dark red if you like. Okay, there's also some shades of dark red, almost like maroon. Okay, just to show some shadows also. Okay, and we go back again on this part here, detailed ones. Just short touches of red over there, over the lighter red. Just spread them around. Okay, and let's do some here. Okay, and we already have your red colorful foliage of leaves on that side there. Okay, so you can also try to work out on the rays again. Okay, just to make it more visible. Okay. Okay. Now the last one is to make the branches. Okay. If you notice, there are some branches there, so you would need a color, the color black. Okay, so all you have to do is spread the branches on that this side here. Okay, color black. So from here, okay, just bring those branches down, and try to break this sunlight over here. There. Okay. Bring some also here. on this side as well. Okay, and also when you do the black branches, you could also try to do some white ones. Okay, so instead of black, you can try to do some white ones as well, especially on those dark spots there. And that makes your uh, group of leaves there more interesting, colorful. Okay, and there's your autumn in the forest. Okay, so you could also improve on your painting. Okay, so all you have to do is do a lot of colors of yellow, orange, and red, and of course against the backdrop of green. So this part you can try to play with it, like put a lot of flowers there. So all you have to do is dab some red there, okay, or orange or white. Okay, you can also put some violet or blue flowers. Okay, so you can do a lot of things over here. Okay, put sunflowers if you like. Okay, so try to do a lot of things with this painting and fall in love with your painting. So I think we did our painting for today. I hope you enjoyed our fall in love autumn painting, and please continue to paint. Okay, so thank you for joining me here, and of course I'd like to greet our friends there at SM, yung mga nagbebenta dyan sa Adibay, no? They have those mini paintings they're selling, and also pots, painted pots, and of course some products from pine trees na pwedeng gawing mga crafts. So we can do a lot of things when we do some art, and I hope our online painting session would help you, and just continue to paint and have fun. So I'll see you again on the 21st session of Paint With Me. Okay, for those who cannot join us today, we are uploading this on YouTube, and just subscribe to my YouTube account, Paint with Georgine Ray. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our painting session. We did it in 1 hour. I'm sure you did it also in 1 hour. And please post your pictures, post your paintings. Be proud of what you did. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope to see you again. Thank you.